Good afternoon, Dominica. Welcome to another edition of Talk on the Block. For today, it is Thursday, the second day in the month of July 2026. Let me thank you for joining us this afternoon. Thank you for being a part of Talk on the Block from here, there, and everywhere, near and far. Special good afternoon to you, and a special good afternoon for all the students who are graduating today. Many graduation ceremonies this week. Indeed, a time to celebrate. It's another chapter in your life. Let me say a special good afternoon to the students there of the Granford Primary School. Just had a wonderful graduation ceremony. It was good to see the students, all decked out and anxious to go, I'm told that this is our first, one of the students got a scholarship, the first in 26 years. I was a bit surprised about that statistic. But yeah, 26 years. So congratulations to you for your outstanding achievement and for breaking this long drought of 26 years. So good afternoon all. Great to have you with us. Lots of good things to discuss and talk on the block today. If it's happening around the community, then it will be discussed here on the big station Q95. As always, we have a wonderful program lined up for you. Lots of great stuff coming your way. But before we do that, let's go to a word from our sponsors, and we will be back after this.
The New India Insurance Company has reopened its doors in Portsmouth, offering the same great services you get in Roseau. Motor vehicle insurance, home and business owners, fire and related perils, public liability, and so much more. Come, visit us today for insurance with a personal touch on Bay Street, Portsmouth, or call us at 445-4023. We are ready to serve you.
We are in the hurricane season. When a hurricane is on the horizon, ensure you have a plan in place for you and your family. Know your evacuation route and have a designated meeting spot in case you get separated.
I have a surprise from Mosquito Road and Clyde. Pop makes all of them die.
Don't bother with the long chat, Bob tell you why. Bob makes all of them die.
Times are hard, but you've got to include pot on your grocery list to protect you and your family against all flying and crawling insects, especially dengue mosquitoes. Bob's powerful formula kills insects fast. Bob is best on pets.
Bob makes all of them die. Get serious, get Bob. Bob, make all of them die.
Madam Poboy Madi, Laufali, Idikote Bryce and Company. Yele Rice and Company, the only company I know with Bryce was cooking water and back and neck. Now in the last valley short, I said Bryce. In the old plus nefla, where you have a roofing material and seamless guttering. Yes, 24 gauge governors, all colors. Ever open Nipu gas peel agent, they program the computer to give you the exact size you want. And the seamless guttering, aluminum, that can better withstand the elements you have in an easy way. So no leaking after a while. And so much more. Bryce and Company, the by 8 Bank, close to the old mill at Enfield. Telephone is 617-2468.
We are ready.
We are ready.
We are ready.
We are ready.
We're ready.
We're ready.
We are ready.
We are ready.
We are ready.
We are ready.
We're ready.
We are ready.
Just we are ready. The season of big matches and big moments. Watch the World Cup live on Digital Plus TV. The front row seat to every match, every moment. Digital Plus TV, bringing you closer to the game.
Ooh, oh, KFC. Ooh, oh, KFC. Looking for some place to go. Red variety meals for soul. KFC. Grab your family and your friends. Join in the experience. KFC. It's the place to be. Made for you and me. KFC. KFC. It's finger licking good.
Tio Kubule, c'est nunca fue. Tio Kubule, c'est mune fue. Hele Kubule, nunca chede fo. C'est ma Kubule, parfait ami encore. Bacalade, bacalade, bacalade. Tio Kubule, Kubule. Bacalade, bacalade, bacalade. Tio Kubule, bacalade, 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 bacalade. No me Kubule, bacalade, bacalade, bacalade. Nunca fue Kubule.
Drink responsibly.
AutoTrade is introducing our very own mobile app. Yes, the AutoTrade app is here. From scheduling your service appointments, request financing, checking our vehicle and parts inventory, to receiving personalized coupons and sales specials. Life is so much easier with the new AutoTrade app. Download the AutoTrade app from the Play Store or App Store today. Call us at 255-6800. AutoTrade, it's more than a vehicle, it's a relationship.
Welcome back to Talk on the Block. For today, it's 13 after the hour of 1 o'clock, and I wanted to listen to this song. I'm going to have you listen to it, and then we'll talk a little bit about it.
For the law that bears your name, not for the battles won, not for the history made, not for the speeches that carried our hopes and dreams, not for the barriers you broke, or so it seemed. We're here for the way you stood in the storm, with a steady hand when the lies were warm, When they questioned your faith, your name, your home, you never let bitterness sit on the throne. They knew that fire was true, but you would not become what they accused. You didn't answer love with the love. You showed the world. Thank you for the pain. Thank you for the calm. Thank you for the strength. The love I needed more. When you cried, you didn't say. You stood with the same and taught us grace. Oh, you taught us grace. When children fell in Connecticut, you didn't turn their tears to politics. You bowed your head, you cried, you broke a father's heart under a commander's cloak. And sharpened when the fire grew, when hatred walked in and the shots rang through. You did not come with vengeance raised, you came with compassion, tears, and praise. And then you saw the nation knew, but somehow hurt again through you. One note rose in our hearts followed. Grace for the living, grace for the soul. Thank you for the grace. Hey, you come. Thank you for the strength that needed harm. Oh, and the truth you say. You stood there with a steady praise and taught us grace. Oh, you taught us grace. You brought fire with the water, you brought life with patient truth, and the lesson of your leadership is living proof. Thank you for the grace. Thank you for the calm. Thank you for the calm. Thank you for the love. You didn't go away. You walked with us, you more. You held us today. So these place more than stone and glass and light. And it's the love you for come. You showed us who we are. Oh, Mr. President, this song is not for praise alone. It's for the standard that you set and the seeds that you have sown. You taught us grace. You taught us grace. You taught us grace. And we remember.
All right. This one there, you taught us grace. And we remember, this is a song dedicated to the opening there of the Barack Obama Library. I just thought I would play this one for you because it reminds us of the great leadership of Barack Obama in the United States and his calm and his compassion and the fact that he held everything together the way he did. Certainly been missed now by the United States, I'm sure. But yeah, but that is a really great song, and just thought we would start off this afternoon by bringing this to you. And in case you're wondering about it and you would like to listen to it yourself, you can find it on YouTube. It's called The Library of Grace. Okay, The Library of Grace by Mesa Clay. Very powerful one there.
For the speeches carried our hopes and dreams, not for the barriers you broke, so it seemed. We're here for the way you stood in the storm, with a steady hand when the lies were warm, when they questioned your faith, your name, your home. You never let bitterness sit on the throne. They knew that fire was truth, but you would not become what they accused. You didn't answer low with the Lord. You showed the world a thank you for the pain. Thank you for the calm. Thank you for the strength. The love needed more. When the cross came, you didn't say. You stood with the steady rain. And taught us grace. Oh, you taught us grace. When children fell in Connecticut, you didn't turn their tears to politics. You bowed your head, you cried, you broke a father's heart under a commander's cloak. And sharpened when the sorrow grew, when hatred walked in and the shots rang through. You did not come with vengeance grace. You came with compassion, tears, and praise. And then you saw the nation knew would somehow hurt again through you. One note rose and our hearts followed. Grace for the living, grace for the soul, thank you for the grace. Thank you for the calm. Thank you for the strength that never needed harm. Oh, and the cruel you say, you stood there with the steady breath and taught us grace. Oh,
All right, first I would just play this one just a little bit longer, let it sink in. It's a powerful one in tribute and honor of Barack Obama as they opened his library a few weeks ago there and in Chicago. Leadership long to be remembered. All right, we're going to be doing this today. I just got a text message and I wanted to read to you. Actually, it's a letter that was written to an editor of a Facebook portal there, online portal. And I'm going to read it to you just as the person wrote it. Okay, I'm just going to read you what the person had to say. And this individual says that just Sunday that passed, they had jump up and good time at Lindo Park, but NEP workers cannot get paid. It's the end of the workday on June 1st, 2026, and still no salary. Other government workers got paid how much days ago? To me, the contract said every month we should get paid, but we have not gotten paid for May yet. So what's the point of the contract? What's the point of working? I guess we should stay home until we get our salary. Like, about the others, but tomorrow I'll just lie down on my bed, rubbing my foot together and watching television. Every single month is a problem for NEP workers to get paid. The government of Dominica not ashamed. Money they don't have. If it's money the government don't have, then Uncle Skewo and his ministers can put together from their personal funds and pay us because we know they have. And then they're wondering why reconfirmation rates are so low. They really expect people to vote for them. Last election, they said those working under NEP for more than 5 years will get appointed. A few weeks back, I see they come back with the same talk. Some of us there for 10 years and counting and still not appointed. And they're still coming back with that same bubble talk. Nice try, but that stone don't bust our head this time around. We work for our money and we want it ASAP, right? So we could spend some of the time discussing this. I'm just again just reading this letter. The individual indicating that they had not gotten paid since May. Some individuals are not getting paid. But I must say that the NEP workers are doing what they're supposed to do. On my way down from Grandford today, so quite a few of them in the Odalis area, ensuring that the roadsides are kept up and that it's easier to make the drive up. Yeah, so apparently working. So what exactly is going on? What exactly is going on with the NEP workers and the failure to meet their salary? So that is something that we certainly would like to put on the table as one of the concerns, one of the issues that we are concerned about. The other issue, the other thing that is really burning is the situation with our CBI, the Citizenship by Investment Program. We are noticing that there is a lot of blame. There is a lot of blame that the government of Dominica is passing around, wanting to blame everybody else for the situation that they have with regards to the CBI program. As you are aware, because of our CBI program, we've been banned. Dominicans are now banned from entering the United States. There's been a freeze on visas given, student visas, tourist visas, recreation, business, health, even green card holders who were in the pipeline for application, that has been put on hold as well. So a number of countries have taken action against Dominica because of our CBI program, including the United Kingdom, that has imposed visa restrictions upon us. So no longer be able to enter the United Kingdom without a visa. Visa restrictions, of course, imposed already by Canada, Norway, Ireland, and other countries are adding. And the latest we heard on this visa restrictions, we heard from the Prime Minister of Antigua and Barbuda, who indicated that he was informed by the European Union officials that there is a real possibility that they will impose visa restrictions on nationals of the Caribbean islands that still do the passport program. So you're talking about Dominica, St. Lucia, St. Kitts and Nevis, and Antigua and Barbuda, as well as Grenada. So there's an expectation that there will be visa restrictions. So once more, we will require visas to enter France, which poses a very interesting question. When the visa restrictions, or if they reimpose those visa restrictions on Dominicans, the European Union, then that's going to pose a problem for Dominicans entering into Martinique and Guadeloupe, since these islands are considered to be overseas territories of France, and they go with the same protocol as France would. So there's an expectation that that situation will pose some problems for us down the road. So all of that is because of this program. Now, here's what the Prime Minister said, and some of it he said last week or last Sunday, Um, and I'm reading from a news report out of the region that says that Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit says the CBI program is a vehicle being used to shield Dominicans from draconian taxation and maintain their socio-economic standards, as he warned against plans by the opposition to phase out the program should it win the next general election. Under the CBI program, Dominica provides citizenship to foreign investors in return for making a substantial investment in the country's socio-economic development. Skerrit, speaking at the launch of the candidate of the ruling Dominican Labour Party for the upcoming by-election for the Roseau North constituency, said that the reality is that we are living through one of the most significant periods of change in modern history. Around the world, old assumptions have been challenged, international alliances are shifting, powerful countries are increasingly putting their own interests first. There was a time when you had to read between the lines of international affairs to understand that countries were acting in their own interests. There was a time when self interest was carefully wrapped in diplomatic language and polite declarations. Today, there is no need to read between the lines. The message is written in bold print for the entire world to see. Countries are openly putting their own interests first. They are openly protecting their own industries and their own economies. They're openly pursuing policies designed to benefit their own citizens, whether it is trade, immigration, investment, or foreign aid. All right. He went on to say that this is not a criticism, it's a reality. It is how the world works. But it means that countries like Dominica must be even more strategic, even more innovative, and even more determined to protect ourselves. Because if every nation is looking after itself, then we must ensure that somebody is looking after Dominica. And it goes on to say one of the vehicles used to shield the Dominicans from all of that is the CBI program. And the news goes on to say the leader of the UWP, Dr. Thompson Fontaine, says the future UWP administration will pursue a gradual phase out of the CBI, indicating that Dominica must reduce its heavy dependence on revenues generated by the initiative. He told a news conference recently that while he acknowledges the significant contribution the program currently makes to government finances, it is no longer sustainable as the country's principal source of revenue. According to the former IMF economies, the CBI program now accounts for approximately 60% of government revenues, a level of dependence he believes poses long-term risk to the country's economic stability. Fontaine said the UWP's recently unveiled 10 Pillars to Shared Prosperity development plan does not place reliance on CBI revenues as its center because the party believes the program faces increasing international and regulatory challenges. It is clear that this program is not sustainable, Fontaine said, adding that while the program may have served the country well in the past, changing international circumstances require Dominica to begin preparing for a different economic future. But he told reporters that his party would not abruptly terminate the program and that any transition would be managed responsibly and implemented gradually to avoid economic disruption as the UWP government seeks to diversify the economy by placing greater emphasis in sectors such as agriculture, manufacturing, renewable energy, artificial intelligence, and water-based industries. But Skerrit told DLP supporters on Sunday night he has listened carefully to Dr. Fontaine's comments on the CBI and that citizens deserve to hear serious discussion about the future. They deserve to understand what vision is being offered. They deserve to know how that leader intends to navigate the challenges facing the nation. Vision without action is a daydream, but action without vision is a nightmare. At this most vulnerable time, there is a division within the country on the path forward, he said. Adding, he was blown away by Fontaine's suggestion that his administration would dismantle the CBI program. This country has thousands of professionals, and this is what the UW came up with as the vision of Dominica. Basically, you as the storm is coming, you see it on the horizon, and your answer is taking sledgehammer to your strongest shelter. All right, and it goes on and on and on and on. So that's the situation, and I'm glad that this is now taking shape. This discussion, and I think it's a good discussion that we can have here and Talk on the Block, because after all, it concerns the future of Dominica. After all, it concerns the way we position ourselves as a country to deal with the emerging circumstances around the CBI program. So what we do know is that many countries are putting the squeeze on. We've seen it with the United States. We are now hearing, according to the Prime Minister of Antigua and Barbuda, that the European Union, they are threatening to do it by the end of this year. So that means another 6 months. And as I said, implications for Guadeloupe and Martinique and entry into those islands. And the question then becomes, should we continue to put our reliance on a program that already is under so much scrutiny and has caused so much pain to the people of Dominica? So that is something that I would like us to take a closer look at. Do you agree with the United Workers' Party that this should be phased out gradually over time, or do you believe that we should continue full time, as the Prime Minister is suggesting, saying that this is the only thing that the country has at this time? So let's go to the telephone. Good afternoon to you. Welcome to Talk on the Block.
I say love, life, fight, healing, joy, gratitude, courage, and sacrifice. Dr. Fountain, blessings to you and yours, sir.
Yes, thank you, and good afternoon.
Blessings. Doc, I'm glad you read what was said and not playing the foolishness and the garbage that usually come out of scared mouth. Sorry. Doc, decades prior to this present Labour Party, Dominica was at its peak. Agriculture, huckstering, farming, whatever, tourism, as small as it was, were we not doing much better 40, 50 years ago than we are doing now, economically speaking, Doc?
Yes, absolutely. All the numbers show that. All the numbers show that we were a lot better then than now.
As an economist, I'm asking your permission and your endorsement. You can validate what I'm saying. Doc, yesterday I was downtown, Doc. I just run downtown and get a breakable container by Dupinidia, and I come back as quick as I could, Doc. I heard you with a lady, I think a candidate of the UWP.
Yes, correct, for Roseau Central, Miss
Yes,
Juliet.
but I did not call and think. Doc, the first of the month, Doc, Doc Roseau, empty. Doc, I maybe see 1,000 people, maybe less than that, Doc. Doc, the streets of Roseau are nobody. The same old broken sidewalks, uneven sidewalks, the old nastiness in the road, the stench, vagrants all over the place. Doc, where's the economic activity? Mm-hmm. So if that man, I would say lunatic, but I will take it back, can come and spew the garbage which you read a while ago. He is making the point very clear. It's a phasing out process you are suggesting and specifying in the areas in which you all will tap into and bring back Dominica to what it once were. Doc, look at Dominica. Doc, where's our billion? And while NEP workers can get paid, not blessing whoever you are. Doc, do you know these guys have money paying people campaigning afraid of one little Danny Luge that have not been in government for over 5-6 years now, Doc, come on?
Mm-hmm. Correct, yes.
They're afraid of Danny Luge. So they have all kinds of money passing around to have McDougall, maybe just now she have bulletproof vest and bulletproof car, and because she's afraid of a constituent, so when she become pal rep, the constituency will not see how. All she have to come there, they have to search you down, pat you down, how they call it, metal detector have to pass on you for you to see McDougall. Doc, I want to conclude by saying, you said something there. Doc, we need to have those things resonating, vibrating, reverberating all over Dominica on a flash drive with an open mic policy and a PA system, the PAPI strategy, the PAPI political strategy. Have a cameraman or men with phones. Ask people to give their testimony, the young, the middle-aged, and the elderly. And even if it's on weekends, Doc, I know it takes money. Team up with some rich people. Go get some donation. bombard Dominicans about the ills these criminals have brought upon us in this country. Sanction, visa sanction, and travel restriction to America, our missing billions, our dilapidated roads, our agriculture is dead, and all the ills. And scary building how much mansions, all of them building mansions, bring a compilation of all the criminal activities and the inadequacies and the deliberate suppression of our people and having them migrating faster than the population can be replaced, having to do with childbirth. My brother, I tell you, we have to take that serious. So that's not a joke, you know. The man destroying Dominica. Oh. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much for that. And thank you for this intervention and for the great suggestion, by the way, in terms of a way forward and getting this information. But that's information that the people of Dominica must know, you know, because now you have a prime minister who, quite frankly, is at his wits' end, cannot see any way out other than the CBI. But the fact of the matter is, whether he wants it or not, the CBI program is on its way out. It is very hard to imagine that it can continue at the same levels that it did before. And we are hearing all sorts of rumors concerning the completion of the international airport and whether or not this will be pursued or continued, or whether or not there is in fact court action taken by MMC against the government of Dominica. We saw a report where it was denied by MMC, but more recently we have seen other reports that says that this lawsuit is moving forward. So lots of unanswered questions as we go back to the telephones. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Dr. Fontaine.
Yes, good afternoon.
Yeah, I'm listening to the program as usual. Dr. Fontaine, you asked a question. What are our takes on the fact that whether the CBI must phase down? For matter of fact, let me keep that back to you. But Dr. Fontaine, it is clear that the reason why we are in this calamity with visa restriction, all them things, is because of the sales of Dominica passport. So the pressure is on us now because of the selling of the passport. Any government that's taking office after these criminals, I call them criminals, because they've done a lot of wrong things and they doesn't apologize. Any government that takes over after them has to come to grips to understand whatever brings us to that problem, we have to deal with it, and it's the CBI. Dr. Fontaine, I believe this guy in Sofia area there, he's supposed to apologize to Dominica Tino. But when he was on the other side, when he called the program, I used to call this program every time. And he used to tell me, do not say they're selling passports, you know. After time I asked him, he's selling mangoes. Go back to the archives and say, what are we selling, mangoes or passports? You people giving you money for passport, you tell me to selling passports. We've seen our passports on table, all in Ukraine, everywhere. Passports for sale, you're telling me we're not selling passports. So now we get to that situation. The only thing we can do to get out of it, which that's why they are doing to us as Dominicans or other islands, so we can put pressure on the government, whether leading, to stop that program. So if you say we're going to phase it out, that is the best thing. That is the best thing. Don't let nobody deter you or try to say, no, you're going wrong. Anytime that is this decision you are taking on the CBI, we will survive. St. Vincent survive. We will survive. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much, caller. Indeed. And it's not just a matter of phasing out. I mean, we talked about phasing out, but it's not without some complementary efforts at other areas. So the focus, of course, we said agriculture in the 10-pillar plan. We've been talking very clearly on the need to revamp, revitalize our agriculture sector, our manufacturing sector. We're talking about the water industries. These are areas that can bring in substantial amounts of revenues in the tens of millions of dollars to Dominica. But the beauty about investing in your agriculture, manufacturing, in your green industries, in your fishing industry. So, for example, imagine if we can create a situation where we're able to build a fish canning industry that can cause an explosion in our fishing industry. You know, so our fishermen can just focus on fishing. They will get bigger boats. They will get boats that they can stay off there and see. So we are talking about different areas where the people of Dominica will benefit most. Good afternoon. You are live on Talk on the Block.
Hello, Doc. Good afternoon, Doc.
Yes, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, Doc. I want to recover from the Sun, Tuesday, June 23rd, editorial. Since January 2026, Dominican nationals have faced U.S. visa restrictions explicitly imposed because Dominica operates a citizen by investment program without residency. The program generates revenues that fund airports and geothermal plants. The program's reputational consequences restrict the travel, study, and migration options of the ordinary Dominican, particularly the young and the poor, who have the most to gain from U.S. opportunities. Thank you very much, Doc. Scary boss, go.
All right, thank you.
He's a liar. But you have to go. Sir, leave the office of Prime Minister for us, please, sir. Leave office for us. Take everything you have. You're not somebody, sir. Yes, thank you very much. Yeah.
All right, thank you, caller, for reading this editorial there from the Sun newspaper. Let's go back to the telephones. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Thompson. How are you, Dr. Thompson? How are you?
Hi, Arundel. I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I tried to send a recent article from Rijok, Kenneth Rijok.
Okay.
And it speaks to a certain gentleman. Looking your number so I can text it to me so that I can send it to you. Probably the full text of the message of the article.
Okay.
It's a certain gentleman by the name of Saad Hassan, who manages the residency and citizenship firm for Dominica. And he continues to be a passport. Rijok is reporting that he continues to be a passport seller, notwithstanding that at several Pakistanis who recently, and their citizenship was revoked recently because they had purchased it at an illegal discount price. And this Saad Hassan continues to be a diplomat with a diplomatic passport for Dominica, flashing around. It's a very interesting article. I think if you send anything, I'll text it to you so you can read the full text.
Okay.
So you tell you that Roosevelt Kerry pretends that he doesn't know, they kept coming out and they revoked some passports. But the question I've always asked is, who are the sellers of the passports that were revoked? And are there no consequences for these people? No consequences for persons who are selling passports at an illegal discounted price. So the government of Dominica has messed up the passport thing. You don't have to fix it for them. If after 26 years, Roosevelt cannot fix his problem, he needs to do the right thing, the morally correct thing, the politically correct thing, the ethically correct thing, the correct thing. Get the hell out and let people who can think clearly about moving the country forward stay there. You guys, and you just made the point at the beginning about the NET people. This government has no regard for poor people in Dominica. And that is why they must go. We need a refreshing, we need a breather. We need Dominica to see a new light. And Roosevelt Kerry is not that light. So you send me a number, a text, a number. I will send this this article from Rijok, and I think it's relevant. You might want to share it with your listening audience. Okay?
All right.
Right.
Excellent.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Let's go back to the telephones. Good afternoon to you.
Yeah, Doc, just quickly again, Doc, repetition builds reputation, character, and familiarity. So, Doc, if we have that PA system on a car, on a van, on a bus, we need volunteers and we need people to help, okay? And play in the... Where is the marijuana industry, the cannabis industry? Doc, find out how much is a license to cultivate marijuana, if at all there would be a cannabis industry. It seems like there's some exclusive right given to one former minister family to cultivate marijuana and give young guys marijuana just to smoke. Doc, if they meet you with something above the specified amount, you know you're being arrested and charged, Doc?
Yes, I'm aware of that. That's correct.
Okay, Doc, find out how much for a license So I am saying, my beloved brother, the Chinese, Anthony Eden, Indians, Trinidadians, Lebanese, I don't know where they're coming out and take all our employment to show you how brutal the Chinese are. Just every other shop in Dominica is a Chinese store selling inferior goods. And the people are so poor, poorer than a pauper. The little money they cannot even get from NEP, they have to go and buy those inferior things and buy the Chinese. It seems like there is a disease in Dominica called termites, and a lot of people have not detected it, or the Ministry of Health have not declared it. So I am just saying, my brother, people think, well, maybe I just like trouble. One time I can come to Lepui, one time I can live to Lepui. Politicians, you keep them off balance. You keep them not having their feet entrenched in your trust. You hold politicians accountable, ruffle the feathers, muddy the waters. And that is why we need effective opposition, because the way these criminals are going, they figure out, look now they're fighting. Them fellas don't know what they're doing. Who's saying they're friends and foes and blah, blah, blah. But we need to get to work together. We are losing Dominica quickly. We are losing that country quickly. Or you might not be observing it. But Doc, if you see a right man going, you have 10 fellas, they're bending left, they're bending right, they're looking. You say, look, the man go there. Doc, out of that 10, maybe one could see the man go and say, but yeah, look, there's a right man go. Doc, have a blessed one. Take care.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. Indeed, as we continue here, we're having a very serious discussion this afternoon, and I'm thanking all of you for your interventions so far. It has to do with the country at the crossroads. We have a prime minister who's arguing very forcefully that the only hope for this country is the CBI program, that it is the biggest shelter, as he put it, the shelter for the program. It gives him 60% of his spending money every month. It pays the NEP workers. It does all of those great things. And you have a United Workers' Party government poised to take on the reins of office that is saying clearly that the CBI is not sustainable. And because of that, they'll be looking to do other areas that's well defined in the 10-pillar plan, developing our water industries, developing our manufacturing, our agriculture, our green industry, our fishing industry. I mean, there are areas, many areas where we can actually develop that will bring in the money. And Dominic, it is very interesting. As an economist, and for those of you who did economics in school, you may have heard of the Dutch disease. This economic phenomena that was figured out in the late 70s into the early 80s by two Norwegian economists, where they basically said that when they discovered oil in the Netherlands, the oil was discovered in 1959. Then, because of that oil discovery and the full focus placed on oil, all the other sectors were ignored. So they ignored the manufacturing sector, they ignored the fishing sector. So all of those sectors were destroyed. And it was called a disease in the sense that something that was supposed to really augment and support all the other industries instead worked against them. And we see a similar thing in Dominica. And then that Dutch disease has been applied not only to oil, but to any resource, so usually natural resource. But in the case of Dominica, CBI is not a natural resource, but it has almost the same effect in the sense that there is a particular area where a lot of money comes in at one time. So you have a lot of revenues coming in at a particular time. And because of that focus on that huge influx of money, then the other sectors are ignored. And that's the reason why we see a complete ignoring of our agriculture sector. We see the jobs disappearing from manufacturing, our water industry being ignored, and so on. So we have that situation there in Dominica. But we're going back to the telephones. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Doc. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure that Dominicans have been seen that right. Because for the time the Labour Party here, they fail everything in Dominica. Nothing goes, right? Nothing, because if you watch the agriculture sector, I remember going on the east, going down Catbridge, going down Marigold, going down, I will say wrong of Dominica, you would see a lot of agriculture, my brother. Bananas, you see dashing, you see Tanya, you see a lot of agriculture. I remember in the 80s, in the 90s, and even in the early 20s going up. And what I think is all that fell. By who? By one political party that has been there for over 20-something years. I'm talking about, what about UWP and UWP? There's no, UWP just out of that stage of development from what Labour Party supposed to be now. Forget about UWP. UWP is 20 over to almost 30 years out of office. You know what I mean? It's like a new beginning, Right now, we have to start fresh, And for us to start fresh, we have to have a fresh government. We must have a government that willing to go through what Dominica have to make Dominica life better. We have water, we have sun, we have stone, we have agriculture, we have fertile soil, right? We have natural beauty, and all that people want. We have rivers pouring. I don't see where we don't have money coming in by our water. Our water should be the oil they're fighting for in Middle East and everywhere. Or the Trump and them trying to get that oil. Or we have that oil, our water, right? We have neighboring countries that don't have water. We should have system, make a way to put a system in Antigua. Antigua can take a system. We can run a system, with the Antiguan government. We can run a big system in Antigua, Because when I go to Antigua and I watch Antigua have got nothing called water. No water, and they get their water. And every bottle in water. You understand? They have a reason they bottle in water. Right? These people thinking ahead. And we supposed to be the food basket of the Caribbean and the water saver of the Caribbean, you know what I mean? For us to just be there. Doc, this is the opportunity. I want you to grab on in and put your food forward, and no looking back. Let's do what we have to do to get Dominica up. We know you going, if you can go around the world, you go in countries that have millions. We just like a dot in the mix of them, and you help the economy. So why we can sit there and have a person like you and they'll give you that chance to fix up Dominica? Dominica needs you, right? And that is the reason we, not only the EWP supporters, the entire Dominicans will give you that chance. Because we know what you can do. You put ideas in the government head, they don't take it, and foreign government take it and go ahead with it. That's to show you how good you are and what you can do for Dominica, right? So we'll give you that opportunity in spite of what people say about your way of leading you. Everybody have this time, my brother, and we'll stand behind you 100%. My brother, thank you. Have a blessed day.
All right, thank you very much, caller. Appreciate it very much. Thanks for the vote of confidence. When you think about it, the economic issue in Dominica is relatively easy to fix, and the reason why I say that is because Dominica has a lot of the resources that many other countries do not have. So that is why we are saying, let us start with what we have in Dominica. You remember the story of Moses, right? And when he was leading the children of Israel out of Egypt, and when God asked him, when they got to the Red Sea, and there was this huge ocean in their way, and then the question was, what do you have in your hand? What do you have? I mean, God asked him, what do you have? God could have easily just opened up the ocean, right, and have them go through, but he was like, what do you have in your hand? What do you have to offer, Moses? And Moses said, well, all I have is a staff. He said, okay, we're going to use this. And when you think about Dominica, you realize that we have a lot in our hands. We have the water in abundance. You can have a bottled water industry along with a bulk water exporting industry. That is one. You have the essential oils industry. You have a lot of different oils in Dominica that can be grown, marijuana oils, patchouli. You have the how we call that, vetiver oil for perfumes. You also have the bay rum and the bay oil that can be used. So you have all of those oils that you can have a major essential oils industry right here in Dominica. That's two. Number three, you have agriculture, fertile land, abundance of fertile lands that you can have even rain-fed agriculture. Very few countries can do that. All right, we'll continue with that, but let us take this caller. Good afternoon, caller. Caller, good afternoon. Go ahead, please. Caller, can you hear me? Okay, I'm not sure, but we seem to, this overseas line seems to be always giving some problems. So if you really want to, you could call the local lines instead. 767-449-3095, 767-449-3096, 767-449-3097. For whatever reason, the overseas line does not always work. Good afternoon to you.
Yeah, good afternoon, Dr. Fontaine.
Yes, good afternoon.
Yeah, Dr. Fontaine, maybe you have to tell the people, especially on the international line, because there's a delay and many people are not aware of it. So when they call, they should be listening to the phone more attentively than to the source that they're, like the radio or whatever internet source that they're listening to, because there's a delay.
Right.
And that happens over and over again.
Yes.
But,
correct.
Dr. Fontaine, I didn't really have anything. I don't know what is the topic?
Well, we are talking about these two different positions where the Labour Party is arguing. The Prime Minister actually took the United Workers' Party to task for suggesting that they would phase out the CBI program in the coming years. He basically arguing that that's the only thing that Dominica has, and that is the way forward. And we are arguing differently. So we are asking the public whether or not they agree with the Prime Minister that the CBI is the way forward, or whether they agree with the position of the United Workers' Party that we need to focus on our other sectors and phase out the CBI program.
So how at what cost to the people of Dominica are we going to continue along that track? Because we're losing visa-free access hither and thither. How much more visa-free access do we need to lose? And as a matter of fact, if we were to completely lose visa-free access, I don't think anybody would buy.
That is correct.
So it's killing itself.
Yes, and the Europeans have told the Prime Minister of Antigua and Barbuda, they probably told our Prime Minister the same thing, but he has not reported to us. But the Prime Minister of Antigua and Barbuda reported to his people that they're saying that they will do it by the end of this year.
And the thing is, it's not just visa-free access. In the case of America, look how much it's costing us just to apply for a visa.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just visa-free, losing visa-free access, but even if there is a visa, look at the cost that it prohibitive.
That is correct. That is correct. The average Dominican.
So that means to say that people will stop buying at some point. And then if that's all we depended on, when it dies, he's going to blame UWP? Not that.
All right. Indeed. In fact, one individual is writing via text, is saying that staying with the CBI is not up to any government right now. We can continue issuing passports that you can go nowhere with. The world has decided it is fed up with the CBI. So the argument is not a political one. All right. And I think basically that statement squares very nicely with what you just said. It's going to happen one way or the other. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, dear. Well, I personally believe if Roosevelt Skerritt love Dominica and love Dominicans, he should just do the honorable thing, step aside. And let somebody, so he have nobody in his party who is suitable to be a leader. Huh? The Dominicans, you fail Dominicans. We cannot. I'm supposed to go to Barbados. I can't go to Barbados anymore to get a visa. We have the fees too high, right? I cannot. I have kids. I'm like graduating soon. I cannot go. Cannot reach up there, right? I believe that Prime Minister, he have no, I'll mention it, he have no love for Dominicans. He's not even setting an example, right? We're setting a good example for the children you bring on your film, right? Because when you're crooked, people will remember. People will not remember the good time, People will remember the bad time, right? And the bad thing you do will follow your family, right? So the honorable thing, Mr. Africa, is that Pepper said, yes, he just cannot run the country. He cannot. CBI, what is CBI? CBI fails. It's failing, right? The people who have the CBI money, the passport, they will not come to Dominica. What are they going to do in Dominica? Number one, if you have a CBI passport, you should also be in Dominica creating jobs for people, You're an investor, It's also be in Dominica investing, That's what it's supposed to be about, It's not for a man to make 90, to get 90% and Dominican getting 10%. Yeah, we're not that. It's not that the CBI mean, So the man say, he doesn't have to agree. So the other day, I heard the man saying that Guadeloupe Grove Street is more expensive than Dominican Grove Street. You get Dominican, not more expensive, no, cheaper. Guadeloupe is cheaper, sorry. I'm more expensive, sorry, more expensive. I get it, but the Prime Minister must be sick. He has a major problem because, I go to the French countries, I go to Antigua, in Antigua, only Antigua itself is more cheaper than Dominican when come from Antigua, right? If you buy a $300 worth of groceries in Dominica and you buy it in Antigua, you'll get more groceries in Antigua for $300, right? And Guadeloupe is way, way cheaper than even Martinique. And I was Martinique recently there. And Martinique is cheaper than Dominica. So I don't see why why he trying to mislead people. My brother, you fail and just call it a day and does decide to pack your bags and give us a break. Let another person run Dominica. Let us get good people with understanding of what to do for the country, where the country is now. Every little industry we had in Dominica closed down. Bello Seamers, Paul Pastoroni, Paul Plastic, right? Cardboard Factory, Ross University, BCP. That's name it, right? All that closed down under the hands and the leadership of the Dominican Labour Party. So what else they can do? You fail for 20 odd years, my brother. Just call it a day. Don't be greedy. Go relax, enjoy your money, and let somebody else run Dominica. Thanks.
Okay, thank you very much, caller, for this. Okay, I'm going to read for you. A caller, Mr. Thomas called a few minutes ago and said that there was a report going out about the revocation of 94 citizenship for purchase. And let's read what this report says. Ashan Khalil, the owner of Sad Ashan Residency and Citizenship Firm, continues to be an authorized seller of Dominica CBI citizenship, notwithstanding that the Minister for Citizenship revoked the passports of 19 Pakistani nationals for purchasing at an illegal discount. If you thought that was merely an oversight, think again, for Khalil holds a diplomatic passport issued by Dominica, which he brandishes to show prospective CBI customers how he is operating under official authority. In truth and in fact, Dominica freely allows its passport sellers to break its CBI laws and regulations and to violate the Memorandum of Agreement to which it is a signatory when it comes to Dominica's CBI. Anything goes. Perhaps Dominica's Prime Minister, Roosevelt Skerrit, might wish to explain to the new regulatory body, the Eastern Caribbean Citizenship by Investment Regulatory Authority, why it has failed to adhere to the international agreement he signed, and which binds Dominica, as it does the other four countries with CBI and CIP selling states. No wonder the United States so distrusts Dominica's CBI program that it has essentially suspended the ability of Dominica passport holders to secure visas to visit America. And that's a very important point, about the visa. There is one thing about the visa restrictions now. They're just not issuing visas. But when they start to issue visas, when it will happen at some point, I would expect that the US might ease up. But even when they open it up, persons will not be able to get visas. because you would have to put a bond of sometimes up to 42,000 EC dollars. You would have to put that money, not only show that you have it in a bank account, you would have to turn that over to the US authorities. So the way it works, the way the bond works for the visa, you put that money into an account. So when you go for the interview for your visa, they will give you the information for the bank account of the US government where that money will go to. So you put that money into that bank account, you get your visa. They tell you that you can only enter through 3 ports of entry into the United States: Boston, New York, Miami. These are the 3 areas you can enter the United States, and you have to exit through those same ports. So if you're going, for example, if you're going all the way on the West Coast of the United States, you must go through the East Coast, because all of those 3 areas are in the East Coast. You'd have to do that and so on. It's just, you can go to Puerto Rico and take a flight from Puerto Rico and go to the East Coast or something. You cannot, or go to the West Coast. You cannot do that. You can take a flight to St. Martin and fly to the West Coast of the United States. You would have to fly through those. Your first port of entry would have to be those 3 countries. Having done that, they are monitoring you in the United States. So you're given, and no longer will they be giving you 10 years unlimited entry. Most likely it will be for 3 months. You'll be given 3 months, maximum of 3-month visas. And then you go to the United States, you have this $42,000 there. And when you get out of the United States of America, you would need to inform them that you have left the country. And it's only after you've done that, only after you're safely back in your country, that money, 42,000, will be released back to you. So I think it is fairly safe to say that the days of access to the United States are over, because bear in mind, there are many persons now who have visas, but those visas for only 10 years, they expire. So when those visas expire, you have to get yours renewed. And once you go to get it renewed, that's the process you have to go through. So effectively, a number of persons, I think it is safe to say, may not have the $42,000 to set aside to go visit the United States. So that is a very serious restriction that we are having, and it's something of very much of concern. So we're going back to the telephones, and we are with your calls this afternoon. Talk on the Block. Good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. You're on the overseas line, and you should be listening to me on the phone, because I can hear the feedback that you're listening to your radio. Good afternoon. All right. Okay. So I'm going to be reading to you another text message that we got as we get all right. Okay, let's go back to the telephones. Good afternoon to you.
Yes, Bossman, Wago.
All right, all is well, doing good. And you?
Okay, well, Mr. Bunting, I want to congratulate you on the little explanation of the visa business. You know what I mean? Of educating the people in the proper way. Okay? Mr. Skerritt, this is the cowboy man. I know he doesn't listen to me. You know, it's in the back door. I understand what it is about. Okay, Mr. Skerritt. So, Mr. Skerritt, the media have been asking you questions and you have been drifting away of the questions. And I am not pleased that when the media is asking you questions, I am calling on the media. Man like Kara and Curtis, not there. When are you asking the Prime Minister questions, or you must ask him one after the other? Do not ask him 1, 2, 3. Kerry is a master of swaying things. You understand? And you know how to put things, because it's why we said that he studies psychology and he has that skill. You understand? So when you're asking Mr. Skerritt questions, you must ask him one by one. And then you will understand where he's going. Mr. Skerritt said that the people can still travel once you have a visa. But Mr. Skerritt is not talking about when you're about to renew That is the subject, Mr. Scary. It's the renewing thing. The going. How are they going to check you when you're going in? What are they looking for? Mr. Scary is not answering properly. And Mr. Scary have been doing that for years. You understand? And we are blind. We are not understanding what Mr. Scary is doing. Mr. Scary, even the people that on the left side, on the right side, on the front of you that is blinding you and squeezing your tongue. Mr. Scary, blow them away. Blow them away. Because I'm going to tell you why. Mr. Scary, people say astronaut for half of the city and, Pottersville and the place. Astronaut, you're standing nowhere. It's just a game. Because you've seen what Mr. Skelter do the head of the president already. You've seen what he has been doing, the ministers, and you come in as an average, beautiful, educated woman. You think Skelter will give you a chance to do what you want in goodwill? I said, no. Right? So take a page of the elderly, the way they used to treat us before, and give it to us on the table, Mr. Scary. Please, I'm begging you. Let's have a family united topic, whether it's in the gardens or in the Windsor Park. We're going to test the light. So we're heading for the Windsor Park. We're testing the light. Mr. Scary, before one end, let the people catch you on the platform. Don't go on the media and blah, 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 blah. Mr. Scary, in closing, Mr. Scary, when you're speaking to the nation, please, I beg you, do not laugh. Your laugh is like it's a mockery kind of a thing. And you're You understand? You're really ready to take the questions, but you're not answering the questions properly. You understand? Kalai was pushing one man for him to talk, but you definitely push Roosevelt Skerritt when you ask them the question. Curtis, when you ask Mr. Skerritt questions, you must listen to how he's answering. And do like the last time. Make him answer. Let the people understand that he's not answering. That's better. I think that is my contribution because Dominicans, I really don't know what happened to us. But remember, in closing, I am warning the nation. This is the last election in Dominica. That is what I see, and that is what I am seeing. Under the no law, no constitution, this is what I am seeing. Under the reconfirm, that is what I did. First coming in, I didn't confirm. But look, when they confirm, bye-bye.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much, caller. Let's see. Let's go back to the telephones. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Dr. Fountain. This is Trucker here. How you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you. But you always seem to get the line clearly. I'm not sure why others are having issues on the same line, but it's good. I know that the line is functioning okay.
Yep. Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, I'm listening to a couple of your callers before, including Blessings. I agree with him 100%. This is individual. That's not, and when Blessing says something, I know you don't take those things as personal. That's just blessing. Everybody have their own spirit and that fighting spirit. So take it personal. This man is there for country and not for a personal individual. Because all of us once upon a time was just a sperm in our father's nutsack. Then we came into existence. We all aging to leave this physical one day. So the good we have to do for the country, for the future to come, our children. They're not seeing that. This is why people like Blessing will stand up for the future of Dominica. But from what I'm seeing there, I don't have a problem with foreigners coming. But where there's an influx of foreign, like we never did nothing in Dominica. Once upon a time, we were, like Blessing said, we were vibrant in agriculture. Chinese wasn't there. Venezuelan wasn't there. Spanish wasn't there. We did it by ourselves. In Roseau, all the stores was occupied by young Dominican that owned stores. They used to go whether it's St. Martin, Miami, wherever they used to go and shop and for their stores. That was young Dominicans. So what happened now? What's going on right now? So this is why we have to stand up for our country. And it's a shame that China is a superpower. And this is what they're doing to Dominica instead of helping develop Dominica. You come there. Look at Open a factory. Don't sell Bex and Aqua like our local people, man. Open a water bottling factory for Dominica. Agriculture, revamp agriculture, like you just said. It's about time the passport on them. What's going to happen? Because if America say you have to stop that, and look at what's going on right now. The school children that live in school right now, they can't come to the United States and study, and those that start in the United States, they can't come down to Dominica because they won't be able to go back. So they might well just have to find someone to marry them up here, and a lot of them are labor rights. You know what I'm saying? So the parents don't. They got to think about the children's future. So all I'm saying, people, this is our country because prime ministers come and go. So we got to look out for the country's interest. We were always vibrant without all those people there. We are an intelligent and strong working people. So like you said, we need a bottling, a water bottle. Water is just flowing to the sea. Our soil is still there. We can put any seed in the soil. And again, the marijuana, since there's a production for it all over, we have the best soil for it. We could have the best marijuana in the world because of the volcanic activity in the soil. So we have to stand for country interest, man. Look how much of our children graduate from school this year. What are they going to do? Mr. Prime Minister, man, come on, man. If you cannot run the country anymore, just give it up. Let somebody can run it, man. Let people that could do it. Anyone that's in Dominica that have the ability to run a country, they should are supposed to, because this is a one-man country. And before I leave, I have to say, if Dominica go down or any fail, the people I'm going to blame, not the politician, I'm going to blame the police department. They have to take full responsibility. Because when the people want to protest against what's the ill that's happening, they're quick to have the guns and take us after the people, which I don't fault the people if they say, listen, I go protest for my country, you have guns after me, and we are on. So the police department, you all have to take full responsibility for what's happening in Dominica. Because I see rally in New York. I see protests in New York. I see walk in New York. You know what the police does? They in the front and in the back and they on the side make sure vehicles don't come and cross path. They do that to protect the people. They give the people the right to protest for whatever reason it may be. You understand what I'm saying? So the police, they have to take full responsibility for what's happening to Dominica because them government going to do whatever they have to do. And I think, honestly, the Prime Minister was put there to fail Dominica so that others can come and take control. But people, are you all going to stand for that? Are you all going to stand for that or stand for country? I'm listening, Doc. Let somebody else have to say something, I'm listening.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much, caller, for that. Of course, this is Talk on the Block, and it is Thursday. We're going to be taking a very short break, and when we come back, we'll have more of your conversations right here on Talk on the Block.
Introducing the new Caribbean paint from Do It Center. Turon paint and wall covering from Do It Best Quality Paint, giving you the same great interior and exterior quality, the same color matching technology at an incredible price. Available in flat, satin, and semi-gloss. Visit us on Google Road or call our paint department at 255-6896. Do It Center, your partner in the home improvement.
The Owen Bully Foundation will be hosting a very special panel discussion themed Building Sustainable Arts and Culture Industries in Dominica on July 8th, 2026 at the UE Global Campus. Cultural stalwarts Anita Mooney and Ian Jackson, faces of live One Creole Habit this Friday, July 3rd from 10:30 a.m. on the big station Q95 FM as we examine the present cultural landscape of Dominica, updates on the Arab Coast of culture, challenges faced by the sector, and more. Hosted by Ambassador Prince Radix, and we'll also be live on Q95 social media pages. Be part of the conversation with Ali Tabuli and Ian Jackson on The Habit this Friday, 10:30 a.m. on Q95 FM, the big station. Another thought-provoking, captivating, and intriguing edition of Creole Habits, the cultural pulse of the nation.
Good afternoon. Okay, we seem to miss this caller. Please try your call again.
Fuel your farm with premium animal feeds at Blue Box. We're excited to announce a major expansion to our lineup. Blue Box Farm and Garden Center is now your go-to supplier for high-quality animal feed. From poultry to livestock, we provide the specialized nutrition your animal needs to thrive. Our feed portfolio includes poultry solutions, swine care, small pet and livestock. Visit Blue Box in Roseau on the corner of Hanover Street and Drury Lane, or Blue Box Goodwill, 66 Federation Drive, Goodwill. Let's bloom together.
Sunday blues? Looking for something fun to do? Come spend your Sunday on the sea with Dive Dominica Water Sports. Join us for an unforgettable whale and dolphin sea exploration. Enjoy the fresh sea breeze, spot dolphins in the wild, and maybe even see some majestic whales up close. With local rates from just $60.69 per person, it's the perfect line for friends, family, couples, or anybody looking for a different kind of Sunday vibe. Tours available on select Sundays, so book your spot early. Call or WhatsApp 235-2188 today. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Dive Dominica Water Sports. Dive Dominica Water Sports. Come make memories with us.
Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Talk on the Block.
Yeah, good afternoon again, Dr. Thompson. I listened to the program, and what I'm saying, right? My visa, my American visa expired May 16th. So if I have to go and renew, I need to make sure I have maybe $5,000 or $15,000 US if I'm trying to renew.
That is correct. Yes.
So, well, Mr. Kerry will have to give me that money, but because my visa expired May 16th.
Wow!
2026.
Wow!
I have to come and ask him that money.
Yes, you're going to need it. You're going to need it, and and the whole thing is that they have been particularly harsh on Dominica again because of the same CBI issue or problem. So yeah, that is something that you have to absolutely work on if you hope to revisit the United States. So these are some of the hardships that have been placed on us, and it's very, very unfortunate. So we are talking about shifting and the choice that we have as a country. Do we continue with what has obtained for the past 26 years, or do we move in a new, different, and better direction? All right, we seem to have missed this caller again. Now you can still call us 449-3095, 449-3096, 449-3097. These are the numbers to call. And on the overseas line, 305-432-9624. Certainly, this is the situation that we have in this country. And as we go back to the telephones, good afternoon to you.
Doc, just finally and quickly, Doc, what scary thing. My brother, you watch the chuckle and the stupid smile and scared face and the kind of dry desert humor he tried to insert and keep the journalists and them off balance. As I told you the other day, when Scary Tay going to create a one-party state, Doc, when you're calling for government of national unity, there has to be some emergency, Doc.
Yes, correct. Mm-hmm.
Like a pandemic, a disaster, something, and then you need all hands on deck. We're not in that status. Why would the Prime Minister, I almost said Crime Minister, would want to call for government of national unity and say he's going to Parliament to make it law, and anybody that needs to remove it needs to go back to Parliament, and you have to couple that with when he said in Makushui, he has to be there for 2050. And he mentioned Dimitri, insinuating that Dimitri will be his successor. And my brother, when I pass and I see young people, when I see the elderly, when I see children, Doc, Dion, thank you. People does not understand my passion and my love for humanity and country. So when they hear me talk, I know people misunderstand and misinterpret, deliberately distort what people, the good intent of people. Some of them, they're quite deliberate, mischievously deliberate. So I am just saying, Doc, how can the church, the bishop of Roseau, there's another bishop again. All of them doing the conspiracy to enslave and to destroy. How could all you allow a man to destroy a country like that? All these pastors and priests, all you go to church, heaven is all you home, or you have never been there. Or you're sure you have Dominica. Or you're not sure of heaven. This is just a belief. And now you're watching the man destroy Dominica and have a cluster of clowns supporting him. And, all of a sudden we figure out Thompson will save us. Is we that are going to save ourselves, or we have to stand in solidarity with any leader that worth his salt and stand up and get rid of these criminals by any means necessary. They will not voluntarily relent. But dear Dominica that come over 60, I know Dominica in the glory there, so. And these are the things you and the others have to teach these young people about. Once upon a time, Dominica was king. These guys take Dominica over 50 years back and building all the mansions and stealing millions and think it's a joke. The brother talk about the police. What police? Police are corrupt, judges, lawyers, everybody, pastors, priests, everybody corrupt then. Something has to happen in Dominica. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much for this. Of course, it is already 2:30 in the afternoon here, and we are on Talk on the Block discussing a serious and very important issue having to do with the way forward for Dominica. One version put forward by the Prime Minister, another version put forward by the United Workers' Party. And quite clearly, Dominicans have to choose which way they're going to go forward. Let's go back to the telephones. Good afternoon to you.
Yes, Thompson, good afternoon. And that's the overseas line. It's working.
Yes. That's wonderful.
Yeah, good afternoon, Dominica. Jebawi, big up. Thompson, I want you to study Roosevelt scary tactics. And you will see it doesn't make no sense. If Roosevelt scary want to defend the CBI program, that bring the question up, why would he destroy it? And that is one thing you have to watch, because he making it seem like it's UWP that don't like the program, that want to destroy the program. The program is the only thing Dominica have. Without the program, then what? Okay, if that is your argument, why did you destroy it? You have to let him know, Thompson. It's he that is responsible for destroying the program in the first place by selling passports to a bunch of crooks and criminals, and it's lying to the people, telling them you have robust
due diligence,
due diligence, bulletproof security, or I don't know how we describe it. That means to say there's transparency, there's accountability, the program is fine, and no crooks and criminals. A big lie. So we have to let him know he is responsible for destroying the program, because that program was created under the Freedom Party. And we never had that kind of propaganda where Dominican has to pay and suffer for something that's supposed to help them and benefit the country and make everybody happy. That's the first thing I want you to check out on what Roosevelt carried out a way of changing the narrative. You cannot watch what he wants us to talk about. Who in favor and who not in favor. That is not the question. The question is who destroy it. No, The European Union, Thompson, you have to remember, one of the recommendations was that all monies that derive from that program has to come down to Dominica Treasury. And that is what killing him. He can't fix that. Roosevelt Skerrit take the program and put it in the hands of foreigner. If that's the only revenue Dominica has, you take in Dominica passport, you giving it to a foreigner to control. He has no control over the program and the money. You have to also remember, when Lennox Linton start questioning the amount of money that's supposed to come in and what it is used for, that is when Roosevelt Skerrit start building them apartment houses. Them same people that don't like Lennox Linton, is because of Lennox Linton they get them apartment. You cannot forget them thing there. You understand? Roosevelt Skerrit get advice from Edison James to help him bring back the money to Dominica. We will help. We don't like labor and his workers. It's Dominica bigger than all of us, so it's Dominica money. We're willing to help you and work with you to bring back the money you have hide all over in foreign banks and offshore banking. We'll help you bring it back, Dominica. Now, after selling over 50-something thousand passports, where is the investment? That is another part we have to look at too. Where is the investment? Because Dominica is supposed to be booming with all that money. No agriculture, road agriculture, farming will destroy. No manufacturing, no agro-processing plant. Fisheries, all the issue you mentioned, I don't have to go through them. We know what we could do with $1 billion. Where's the investment? So what I want you to do, Thompson, this afternoon, is to challenge him directly. Come out in the open and have a debate with you on the CBI program, especially national debate. You have to take him on. You have to take him on face to face. You have to challenge him. Come on, this the issue that's facing the program. If you believe that that's the only thing for Dominica, and without it, Dominica cannot survive. And we, on the other hand, say we will face the program out because it's causing Dominica a lot of harm. Come and discuss the issue at hand on a national platform, national debate. You understand? Don't let Roosevelt Skerrit spin, have the narrative and spin the conversation upside down on his head. Making it believe like it's UWP against the program, UWP against the airport, UWP against human folk. That's the game he playing. He just playing Dominicans. Dominicans need to face him heads up, especially the opposition forces. You have to be fast on your foot and tackle him. You know what I mean? Tackle him. Tell us how we're against the program and we're going to show you how you destroy the program. So that is to show you're incompetent. Either you're incompetent, you corrupt, you wicked, you are a liar, and a lot of them on Blessing come up and give the adjective. People not say, he a little too hard, but I'm afraid to say all this thing he's saying is true. Incompetent, corrupt, wicked. You know that's the only thing Dominica surviving and you destroying it and then you come and say, we that don't like it. What do you think you're playing with? Thank you. That's all for now, man.
Thank you. Thank you very much, caller. Thank you very much indeed. As we move along here, we're going to take another quick break. And when we come back, we'll have a lot more for you.
Hey, what's up, digital family? Let me ask you something. Ever notice how paying a bill always feels harder than it should? Passwords, logins, trips to the store, all that time and effort? Yeah, nobody has time for that. Sweet and simple. Introducing SwiftPay, the fast and secure way to pay your digital bill online in 3 easy steps. And the best part, you don't have to log in. No app to download, just straight business. Anybody can use it. Once you have your account number, you're good to go. Here's how it works. Step Step 1, enter your account number. Step 2, add your contact information to get your receipt. Step 3, enter your card details and submit. And just like that, payment done. Quick, faster than a Swift Sport on a highway. Now you might be wondering, is it safe though? Of course, this is Major Mistake approved. SwiftPay uses the same secure system as the MyDigital app and meets international PCI security standards. That means your information is fully protected, no funny business. Pay with Visa, MasterCard or American Express. Credit or debit, easy. Once you're done, you'll get a success page. That's your official receipt. Download it, save it, or get a copy by email or SMS. Just remember, make sure you enter the correct account number because your payment goes exactly where you send it. And no, SwiftPay isn't replacing the MyDigital app. The app is still there for full account control. SwiftPay is just for those moments when you want fast, no login, no hassle payment. So next time your bill is due, don't stress. Go online, use SwiftPay. 3 steps, no login, instant payment. Simple, secure, Swift. That's SwiftPay for you.
And carry.
Good afternoon, caller.
Good afternoon, Doc.
Yes, good afternoon.
21 candidates. We have 50-something thousand, maybe 60,000 people in Dominica right now. But they're looking for the opposition, 21 candidates to fight for them. And on the other side, Skerrit, of 21 candidates, was only one man called Richard. And Dominicans are sitting back and just waiting and hoping that the opposition will do work for them. 50,000 people want 21 people to fight for them. When we calling them out to hit the road, to put boots on the ground, none of them moving. All of them staying at their home. Day by day, the country going down. I hope this trip there, they open their eyes and see what is going on in Dominica. We have to put boots on the ground and fight for our country. Have a good afternoon.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much, caller. I'm going to be reading another text message coming in on this subject of the CBI. The question is, how many CBI citizens have come to Dominica after the sale of the 50,000 passports? It is clear that the reason for purchasing a CBI passport was for other reasons than investing in our country, and the Americans and Europeans clearly understand that. The CBI program has enriched only those in government and not the citizens of the country. How many Dominicans have the CBI program employed? The answer is clear, that the CBI program has run its course and it's time to put an end to this madness. Another caller, another voice of dissent, if you like, concerning the CBI program.
Do It Center shoppers, we have exciting news. Your favorite home improvement destination just got a major upgrade. Get ready to experience the all-new Do It Center online store. Fresh look, same great products, and super user-friendly. Find what you're looking for in a snap. Need assistance? We've got you covered. Connect with our live chat agents for real-time assistance. But that's not all. Introducing the convenience of seamless online payments with reliable delivery service straight to your door. Shopping for quality products has never been this easy. Don't miss out. Visit store.doitcenterdominica.com and experience the new era of our online shopping. Do It Center, your partner in home improvement.
We are in the hurricane season. Stay informed by tuning in to Q95 FM radio for updates on the storm's path and any evacuation orders. Knowledge is power during a hurricane.
And carry, cash and carry, and carry, cash and carry. Carry, we offer the finest selection of products that cater to your every need. From groceries to household essentials, our shelves are stocked with quality items that are sure to impress. And guess what? We're not just great for wholesale. We're also your go-to place for all your food service needs. Located right opposite the Immigration Department on King George V Street in Roseau, we take pride in providing you with an unforgettable shopping experience. Our friendly staff is here to assist you in each and every step of the way. Ready to place an order or have a question? Call us at 316-0184 or 255-6823. And carry, cash and carry, cash and carry, cash and carry. We can't wait to see you.
Yes, caller, good afternoon. Thank you for your patience. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, Dr. Thompson Funkin. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Okay, Isaac Baptiste here. Dr. Thompson Funkin, I heard you and the article that you read. The Prime Minister and Minister of Investment, I think he is, also reiterated his statement at his press conference today. But the Prime Minister must never forget that about 2 years or so ago, when he was asked about the question of the CBI, his response was that, if not the CBI, what? Pointing clearly to his misunderstanding of the management of the economy and suggesting to Dominicans, I don't know what else to do if I do not have the CBI as far as the management of the economy and the growth of the economy is concerned. Now that he's faced with the situation that's developing in the very market that granted Dominicans, they did not give it to the Prime Minister, they did not give it to the persons who want to purchase CBI, a passport. They give it to Dominicans. That is the free access or visa-free access to their countries. And the management of that program by the Prime Minister under his leadership as Prime Minister, Minister of Finance, and now Minister of Investment has been miserable. And the actions of those countries who gave us that relief, recognizing the impact that loss of markets in terms of bananas, etc., in European Union had on our economy, they allowed it to happen. But the government abused the opportunity, abused it by allowing the program to be corrupted, by allowing the program to persons applying to use it for criminal intent and other problems. And even at the national level, the program was corrupted to the point where the financial institutions or some of the main financial institutions had to leave because the cost of managing funds from the program was too much for them. So they preferred leaving the country. In the meantime, the same sectors of the economy that he said the money was being used for, we see no growth in there. Look at the number of rooms, hotel rooms. Based on the investment in there, how many hotel rooms that have actually come into operation under the CBI program? What has happened to the agricultural sector? The question of the tourism sector generally. The Prime Minister and Minister of Finance did not even see the need to go out of his way to ensure that he kept Ross, because Ross University was not just providing 33%. It was doing so because the children, the parents of those students came to Dominica as stay-over visitors for a week or more, occupying the hotel rooms that are even lower standard than what he anticipated getting through the CBI program. But right here in Picard, look at what we have. Basically a hotel facility. It's not going nowhere. They cannot complete what they have started, but they are starting new buildings. I mean, what's going on in there? So any responsible government taking over, and more particularly a government led by a renowned, internationally recognized development economist like yourself, must take action and said clearly where we must go if the country is to move forward. And you said it in a very responsible way. I'm not going to come in and just when I come in the day after, I'm going to stop this CBI. It will be gradually managed and when necessary, stop. When I get the sectors of the economy, agriculture, tourism, manufacturing, the service sectors of the economy going, then we have to decide whether we stop it completely or whether we focus it on a particular sector of the economy so that the monies that are coming in there, as little as it is, it will help to develop that sector. Like, for example, providing jobs for young people and so on, putting that money in the banks so that the young people can access it for meaningful development projects. So I think the Prime Minister is now caught between a rock and a hard place. He cannot grow the economy. He has no idea because he has said clearly, I do not know what to do if I don't have the CDI. And now that he has responsible people who understand economics, who understand national development and the priorities where and the resources of the country and how best to manage it and utilize it for the development of the country. And it's not a make-free thing that is out there anymore. It is a focused. What the Prime Minister needs to do is to allow his ministers of government in various ministries to come out and the United Workers' Party appoint shadow ministers and let us have debates. Let there be debates between the ministers who are now in government, managing the various sectors, and the shadow ministers of the United Workers' Party when appointed, and debate the issues so that the people of Dominica understand where we need to go. It's no longer make-free. Yes, they have the money to buy the election or try and buy the election, but the Dominican people are getting smart. Dominican people understand that the 20 years that's happening is just promises upon promises, excuses upon excuses. And now that we have people focusing on how to get the country moving, he's lost even in responding to sound development proposals. That's what I have to contribute. Thank you.
Right, and thank you very much for this contribution. We really appreciate it. Good afternoon, caller. Caller, good afternoon. All right, one of those that listen to their devices and the 3-second delay. But let's try this again. Good afternoon, caller.
Person pass at the Buginu, but if they could, they would say something like this. I like Linus Vepla too. They must tell my family brought me to Linus after I die. And the way Linus took care of my body with respect and dignity, my Jimmy Tabekati West Linus Funeral Home. 30 years of experience, professional, reliable, and compassionate service. We've had 24-hour emergency service. So long, Munumo, Pakite Anye Basu Diwa, PA 449-1800, 275-7564, 449-2100, or the emergency number 277-1800. That time is for you to breathe and grieve. Linus is not willing that any should die, but Bobot, Zandra, you must go. So when you go the best chaperone. Linus, you know, home. Mama Tutu family, si c'est pas Linus, il a venu à l'été.
Our numbers are 449-1800, 449-2100, 275-7564, and 276-0400. Call Lyndhurst Funeral Home today.
Somebody who Mouvement Créole assure tout le monde créole pour attention. Comité pour études créole Dominique et puis Radio QFM qui a présenté Mouvement Créole. Tous les mardis soirs à 6h après-midi. Information, blagues, interviews, l'histoire, problème, discussion, reportage, apprendre à parler et puis écrit créole. Lien avec ton peuple créole. Bon musique créole. Mouvement Créole. Nous fait un rendez-vous, messieurs et dames. Tous les mardis soirs, QFM qui est frappé avec bon parole créole. Sans ça participer, qui est nous rapidement là? Mouvement créole à seconde station QFM. Voici avec nous tous les mardis soirs 6h pour Mouvement créole. Matchez ça.
We're back with your calls. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Caller, good afternoon. This scholar says if the CBI program was utilized properly, many feeder roads to the farmers' holdings would be fixed. Our water supply industry would bring in millions and employ hundreds. Adding value to our produce, it would be a brand new berth to accommodate 4 or 5 ships would also be set up. So much more that the CBI earnings could do. Caller, good afternoon. All right, Dominica, thank you so much for joining us. Let's go back to the telephones. Good afternoon to you.
Yeah, it's me again. I looks like I'm getting through. I don't know why, but hey, my people watching over me. Anyway, with the vote, I'm saying people say government would buy the people vote. I'm saying to the people out there, we know the economy situation and the job, they'll need the money. You could, if they're giving you the money, you take that money. You take it. Don't refuse it. You take it. You have to survive. You have to feed your family. But take it with an intelligent mind that, I cannot be living a life like that. I'll take the money, but I can't vote that government back in power again. Because we have a country. Like there's a saying, though, you give a man a fish, he always depend on you for that fish. But when you teach a man how to fish, he won't depend on you anymore. He'll know he have the skills to fish and always feed himself. And Dominicans, this is all we're telling you all. This is your country, man. You cannot allow this to happen. Your children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, what are you doing for them? And I know the police department, they're listening. This is what you all want of Dominica, or you want Dominica to move forward. So anyone, Dr. Fountain, that they have the ability to run the country with the help of the others on his side. And also, I know they will listen to the people out there that will give them advice. That's how it's supposed to be. And let's move Dominica forward. Dominica have a lot of potential. It always had in the past. One of the thriving country in the Caribbean with agriculture. And you mean to tell me, you say that agriculture is a thing of the past, the Labour Party. Agriculture is a thing of the past. I'm in America, I'm a truck driver. When driving through, whether it's Nebraska, Ohio, Georgia, farms at both sides of the highway. Miles and miles of farming, and America is a superpower. They depend on farming. And you saying, that's all you got in Dominica. You saying agriculture is a thing of the past? Come on, man. I don't know, Doc, but you'll have to do something too. And make sure when you go out there, always say your prayer before you go on that political. Call on your ancestors so that things will work for you all and the other crew. And I'm praying for you all guys that Dominica, the change is coming for Dominica. I'm listening.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much, Color, for this. Thank you as well for the prayers. And we are running out of time there, but I want to really thank you all for your contributions this afternoon. And just so, in case you missed it, we will also wanting to extend congratulations to Miss Fia Lafont, as you know, the Paris Olympic gold medalist who got gold in the triple jump. Well, she's extended her jump that she did in the Paris to a very significant block, jumping 15.25 recently in Croatia, 15.25 meters in Croatia. That's roughly 50 and a half feet in the triple jump. And that makes her the ninth best jump ever. That's the ninth best jump ever recorded in triple jump, and that belongs to Fia Lafont, and that's the best jump for in the world this year. No one has jumped this far so far in the world, and since 2014, this is the best jump. She's the only other person, only one other woman has been better than her with that jump since the past 10 years. So congratulations to Fia Lafont for this outstanding achievement. Of course, it's a new national record, and it is certainly turning heads on the international circuit. So we say congratulations there to Miss Fia Lafont for continuing to do us proud here in Dominica. All right. So we are out of time, but let me just say that we continue to bring you the 10 pillars, because what the 10 pillars offers is an opportunity to help us wean ourselves away from the CBI, because it is clear that we have created lots and lots of problems, and all of the gains that you could have under the CBI, these have been steadily eroded by the negative aspects of it. The bans from various countries, the increased scrutiny that has been placed on Dominicans. It is just not a good position to be in. And we believe that the country can do better. There was CBI before the CBI. There was an economy before the CBI. We did well. What has sustained Dominica over the years is really agriculture, and we intend to get that back so that the people of Dominica can begin to earn a decent wage, a decent living from that, and all of those good stuff. All right. So we'll continue to bring that for you. And of course, tonight we'll be doing that on the platform. There's a political meeting tonight of the United Workers' Party that is taking place at 6:30 in the Roseau North constituency, 6:30 at Fort Collet on the Fort Collet flat. We'll be starting bang on time, 6:30. So you do not want to miss this very important public meeting, as you will be hearing from your candidate, Danny Luge, on his plans for the Roseau North development and for other members of the United Workers' Party. So we're looking forward to that this evening, and we trust that you'll be able to join us if you're in the area. Come on down and be a part of this great happening tonight at 6:30. And tomorrow night at 6:30 tomorrow night in Stock Farm, the meeting for the young people in the area of Stock Farm. And on Saturday from 2:00, we will be in the Tarish Pit area on the ground there, meeting with the persons in Tarish Pit, Stock Farm area. So that is at 2:00 on Saturday. And if you're up there and you're able to join us, please do so in the public meetings, as well as joining us on the ground. We certainly will welcome as many persons as possible to be with us as we continue to bring this powerful message to the people of the Roseau North constituency. All right. So we are really thankful for all of that happening, that we're able to do this for you and with you in mind as we continue to move forward here in Dominica. Clearly, a very important choice that the Dominican public needs to make. Are they going to stick to the policies of the past 26 years that has not worked, that has really impoverished a vast majority of Dominicans, that has not created jobs, that has not created much economic upliftment and opportunity for people? Or are we going to go with a party brand, new ideas, fresh direction for the country, using the resources of the country to ensure that all of Dominica rises together? This is a choice, Dominica, that we have. We hope you're able to make use of this choice and do so wisely. All right, so we've come to an end of today's program, and we'll be with you again tomorrow with another edition of Talk on the Block. Matt Peltier will be back next week. But thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for participating, for letting your voices be heard. We look forward to seeing you again tomorrow, same time, 1 o'clock on the big station. All right, we're just going to squeeze this final caller in for this afternoon. Good afternoon, caller.
Good afternoon, Thompson.
Yes, good afternoon. Yes, go ahead, please.
Good day, sir.
Yes, good afternoon.
You know, I heard somebody speak earlier on about agriculture. I don't know if it's happy. But my village was a very vibrant village in agriculture. And I've been listening to politicians from things in the days of Mario that was in darkness, even at electricity. I see people like Mr. Lionel Laville campaign with Frank Barron, Stevens, with Libla, and they had good plans, and they do some good plans. But up to today, some of these plans, I hear the politicians talking when they're in the opposition. When they get there, they just forget it. I remember the former Prime Minister from Portsmouth. He had us doing some serious demonstration in Marigot. A lot of young men put their life at risk. We invest our time. A bullet almost clinks me in Mendenhall Airport bridge, break a man's foot. We get bullets from Debois Bridge to Hatton Garden. And a lot of these people that was in that struggle, they still leave them down. I just ask myself, why? People from Grand Fort, environmentalists, agonists, some of them are not well today. They're not taken care of. Some of them are visionary, blind. Some have pride tips. So sometimes when I look back to those things, and I'm living in Goodwill now. I'm in the Goodwill area. I know the young lady that's going up for Fokole. I know her grandparents. I live with her grandparents in Fokole, in Goodwill. Her grandmother, she was a business lady. Her father, I slept with her father, a bigger uncle. You all used to sleep in one room. Right next to where you see Diane Peters' valuation offices. So I know them a long way, but I would want to see things change in that area there because that's where you have a lot of young people. I would like to see she have a ministry of youth. I would want to see her office in Goodwill change the dynamic of the political environment because when they get to the ministry, things just change because you have some oppressful people in the ministry. So I'd want to see she change the dynamic of Goodwill because I'm living there for some years. I make contribution there. I'd want to see she have a youth ministry, a minister of the young people because you have a large amount of young people to deal with and they need help. So those are the things I want to see change function. Even you don't win. I would want to see you do the same thing. Have an office, open an office in Goodwill for the youth and always go and see the people. That's what you need. Politics is not about a one set of people. After you do all those hard work, like I just tell you, Marigot was the base of Labour Party, Granby, Atkinson. These were the people that take a lot of jail in the struggle from Black Power. That's where the people take more jail, Marigot, Roseau, the young men. Government passed some drastic laws, Black Power laws, Rasta laws. Nobody gets compensated. Have a good afternoon.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much, caller. Thank you very much indeed. As we come to an end, we want to thank you so much for being a part, as I said, of this Talk on the Block. All voices and opinions are welcome there, no doubt. We'll be back tomorrow. Until then, have a great afternoon, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye.